Et donc bonjour à toutes et à tous les amis, c'est Starol et on est ici pour le troisième épisode de mon let's play sur le jeu Retour vers le futur. Alors j'espère déjà que les deux premiers épisodes vous ont plu. Euh, J'espère que ça vous plaît de regarder mes épisodes, enfin comme d'habitude quoi. Alors le temps que je me réhabitue aux touches, voilà c'est bon. Alors, dans cet épisode, que va-t-on faire? Donc, ce qu'on va faire, je sais pas vous dire, mais donc on est revenu au temps. On est revenu dans le passé, voilà, tout simplement, pour aller voir le bar clandestin. Alors, on peut se balader par là et on va se balader, et on va aller voir le docteur Emmett Brown. Donc, moi je sais où il est, hein, je vais pas vous dire où il est parce que vous allez le bien voir tout de suite. Alors, donc, à l'heure où vous regardez cette vidéo, je suis soit dans... Non, je suis en... Je vais vous dire après.
Mark,
Doc,
what are you doing here?
you sent for me, Doc.
I did? When?
May 14th, 1986.
1980? The automatic retrieval system, of course. I'd almost forgotten about that.
So what's our plan for getting you out of here?
Plan? We don't need a plan.
We don't.
Not in the slightest. The police picked me up for that speakeasy fire a couple of weeks ago, but the DA hasn't got a case. They're releasing me tomorrow morning.
So basically, I traveled 50 years into the past to deliver your car?
Sorry about that, but it's so wonderful to see you. We have a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah, you might want to hold off on that, Doc.
Great Scott! I'm going to be gunned down by gangsters on the steps of the courthouse.
Why would they do that?
Guess they didn't approve of my burning down their speakeasy.
Very funny, Doc. Maybe now we should come up with a plan?
A plan, right. But what?
Alors voilà, en attendant. Donc à l'heure où vous regardez cette vidéo, je suis en vacances, je suis en Italie. Donc ne vous inquiétez pas, les vidéos de la semaine sont programmées à l'avance. Par contre, je n'arrive pas à créer de serveur Forge, donc pour mettre des mods sur Minecraft. Je n'arrive pas à mettre les mods de la saison 2, je n'arrive pas à mettre le mode Pixelmon. Donc l'aventure de Pixelmon et l'aventure de la saison 2, elle est en suspens le temps que j'arrive à mettre les mods. Donc en gros, je vous explique, j'installe Forge sans aucun problème, j'installe les mods, le serveur crash directement. Je comprends pas pourquoi, c'est depuis le nouveau launcher. Je vais essayer de voir. Et puis au pire, on reviendra dans une version antérieure, mais bon, c'est pas si cool que ça. Donc voilà, donc alors vous regardez cette vidéo, comme je l'ai dit, je suis en vacances. Je sais plus ce qu'il a dit maintenant du coup. Remonter le temps.
Why don't I take the DeLorean, go back in time before you were arrested, and stop you from getting caught in the first place?
Don't even think about it. Without my unjust incarceration, the events that sent you into the past might never happen, resulting in a paradox of continuum shattering proportions.
Jeez, we've been back together for 5 minutes, Doc, and you're already talking about the end of the universe. I've missed that.
Don't be ridiculous, Marty. I was only referring to the end of the universe as we know it.
Je vais vous faire sortir.
I suppose I could just get some dynamite and break you out of jail.
No, that's far too dangerous. Not just to me, but to random innocent people in the past. The repercussions could be... That's it!
What's it?
My rocket-powered drill.
You have a rocket-powered drill?
Not yet. I haven't built it yet.
You've lost me, Doc.
Listen, a few months ago, my 17-year-old self sent in a patent application for a rocket-powered drill. I abandoned the project after I never heard back from the patent office, but the prototype should be nearly complete.
Great, I'll just run back to your lab and...
No, I said nearly complete. You'll need me to help you finish it.
How the hell am I supposed to sneak a half-finished rocket-powered drill into your cell?
Not me! 1931 me!
Wait a minute, Doc. You want me to convince your 1931 self to build a rocket-powered drill to break you out of jail?
Precisely.
Ok. Voilà.
Okay, let's say I go along with this crazy idea. Where can I find you? I mean, the other you.
How should I know? It was over 50 years ago. Why don't you go over to the soup kitchen next door and give my house a call? They'll know where to find me.
Soup kitchen. Got it.
Just stay away from the soup. It'll cause irreparable damage to your digestive system.
I guess I better get started. Don't worry, Doc. I'll get you out of here in no time.
I'm not worried. Once you and my younger self put your heads together, you'll be unstoppable.
Ok, donc on doit aller à la soupe populaire pour lui téléphoner. Alors la soupe populaire c'est juste ici. La soupe populaire pour ceux qui ne savent pas c'est comme les restos du cœur. En gros, en très gros c'est un peu ça. Ah, j'ai cru que l'écran avait bugué. Alors...
McFly! Biff? Kid! Grandpa?
That's Mr. Tannen to you, Artie. What are you doing out here?
Well, I was getting kind of hungry, so I figured I'd come down here for some free soup.
Just thought I'd come down for some soup. Think, McFly. The DA's throwing around subpoenas like Babe Ruth.
I don't think Ruth's a pitcher anymore.
Shut it. If one of those subpoenas landed in the hands of my number cruncher, I'd be in a whole lot of trouble. I could even get sent up the river. You wouldn't want that, would you? Would you?
No, of course not, kid.
All right, that's better. What are you looking at, punk? Keep your eyes on the soup, kid. Well?
Well, what?
What are you still doing here?
Sorry, kid. I'll just run back to the safe house.
You do that. And McFly,
Yes?
that hat's too flashy. You better let me hold on to it. Now scram!
You got it, boss.
And don't come out until I give you the all clear. I swear, if even one of you mooks could add 2 + 2 without your fingers, I'd dump that wimp into the lake. Hey, anyway, I'm off to make myself irresistible. Don't let anyone burn down the shop while I'm gone.
Alors voilà, donc je ne parle pas quand c'est les cinématiques, vous le savez. Donc si vous trouvez que les sous-titres vont trop vite, bah faites pause à la vidéo tout simplement. Parce que même moi de temps en temps j'ai du mal à suivre.
Brown residence.
Hi. Do you know where I could find Emmett Brown?
Young Master Brown is currently tending to his clerking duties at the courthouse. Who may I say is calling?
The courthouse? Doc never told me he worked at the courthouse.
Le palais de justice. Allez hop. Voilà. Ah, c'est pas simple à contrôler. Les caméras sont vraiment pas géniales. Waouh. Désolé pour le lag. Il doit y avoir une coupure fraps. Ah, je vais le faire à la souris, ce sera plus simple. Ah! Entrer dans le palais.
Don't touch those. These are very sensitive legal documents. Nobody is supposed to handle them but sworn officers of the court. Judge Brown says so.
Judge Brown? Doc. Nice to meet you. I'm, Sonny Crockett.
Emmett Brown. But I am a law clerk, not a doctor. Now please get out of my way. I have important business to transact.
Bon, il faut le rattraper. Ah, j'ai loupé. Voilà, hop là.
Listen, Emmett, you don't know me, but I'm your friend.
I'm not big on friends. They get in the way of work.
Jack, on va directement lui dire.
I understand you're working on a new invention in your lab.
Invention? You must have me mixed up with somebody else. I'm in law. I have absolutely no interest in science. Of course, that's...
Vite, vite, vite. Hop
Come
là.
on, wait up a minute.
You again? Can't you see I'm busy?
See, I'm sort of in the science business myself. That's why I sought you out.
Not that I care in the least, because science is the furthest thing from my own area of interest, which is law, but I don't believe you.
It's true. I'm a scientist.
So tell me something, Mr. Scientist, from your vast storehouse of scientific knowledge.
The leg bone's connected to the thigh bone?
Amazing.
Okay, so you don't want your old man to know. That's fine. Listen, we all keep secrets. But I'm telling you, you can level with me about this science project of yours.
I am not a scientist. Go ahead, ask me what E equals.
What does E equal?
I have absolutely no idea. See? I don't know where you got your information from about me, mister, but you're wrong, wrong, wrong.
Ok. On va aller revoir l'autre Emmett Brown. Voilà. Tadada. Hop.
Psst, Doc.
Morty, have you found my younger self yet?
Hop là.
Well, I met your younger self,
Great.
and I gotta say, you're kind of uptight.
What?
You won't even talk to me.
I find that hard to believe. Tell me what happened.
I tried asking him about your rocket drill, but he says he's not a scientist.
What? What? Oh, Father.
What's he got to do with this?
In 1931, I was still deathly afraid of my father discovering the truth about my scientific predilections. So I carefully kept them under wraps, practicing science at odd hours, away from his prying eyes.
That sucks.
It sucked a lot. Fortunately, I eventually stood up to him. But right now, my younger self probably thinks you've been sent by my father to check up on me.
What do I do to convince Team Doc that I'm not a spy?
I'm not sure.
Alors. Oups. C'est pas ça que je voulais faire.
Let's talk about your younger self's problems later.
Okay, but don't forget, we're on a bit of a deadline
On va
here.
encore une fois aller le revoir. Ah. Trop tard. On va attendre qu'il ressorte. Voilà. Ouh, le gros lag. Voilà. Donc, hop là. Et mais
Just give me a chance.
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Crockett.
Come on, you could trust me, Doc. Emmett, it's your future I'm looking out for, in more ways than one.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about you and science.
Oh, that word again! If you insinuate I'm a scientist once more, I'll sue you for defamation of character! Now if H stands for one-dimensional harmonic constant.
Alors voilà, je sais pas si vous entendez, mais il est en train de parler tout seul. Donc, c'est grâce à ça qu'on va pouvoir réussir. Si je me souviens bien. Ah! Donc on va de nouveau aller voir l'autre. Ah oui. Ah! Voilà. Pouf.
Psst, Doc.
Marty, how goes the escape plan?
À propos du jeu.
I'm still not making any headway with your younger self, Doc.
Really?
Voilà. Qu'est-ce qui marmonne?
Why does your younger self mutter all the time?
Muttering? Why would I be muttering? I never mutter unless... The Hill Valley Expo!
The expo?
Yes, the Expo! How could I have forgotten? In a few months, the younger me will put on a demonstration at the Hill Valley Exposition, my first public foray into the world of science. Everyone in town will be there, including a number of noted inventors who shaped my career.
So, it was a big success?
No, it was a miserable failure, but it was a spectacularly miserable failure. One which marked my transition from an amateur garage scientist into a professional seeker of truth.
Voilà. Pourquoi marmonner? Voilà.
What does this expo have to do with you muttering all the time?
When I was younger, I used to relieve stress by working on complex mathematical conundrums. No doubt my younger self is working on some impossible problem in an attempt to work off cerebral steam in the weeks before the exposition. What was I muttering about?
I don't know, h to the something with an inverse of something else. I'm not so good at equations.
That's too bad. I bet if we could solve my younger self's problem, he'd be more inclined to listen to you.
Let's
Voilà.
talk about your younger self's problems later.
Donc,
Okay, but don't
je
forget
sais
we're
comment
on a
il
bit
faut
of a
faire.
deadline here.
tac tac tac, elle court. Alors, vous voyez sur l'écran, il y a une petite flèche rouge avec un petit anneau autour. C'est justement parce que j'utilise la souris. Alors, on va aller dans l'inventaire. Alors, le magnétophone. Voilà, et on l'enregistre.
Oh, think, Emmett, think. H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A. H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A.
Voilà, et maintenant, on va de nouveau le faire comme ça, parce que sinon ça n'ira pas. Non. C'est trop compliqué. Mais, voilà. Donc maintenant qu'on l'a enregistré, on va de nouveau aller voir l'autre Emmett, pour qu'il puisse
Doc!
nous aider. Hop là.
So, Doc, does this ring a bell?
Oh, think, Emmett, think. H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A. H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A.
Good grief! Is that me? I sound so...
Young?
I was gonna say intense. I forgot how wound up I used to get.
Yeah, but what are you muttering about?
Oh, that's easy. It's Ivanov's conundrum. Just tell my younger self that H equals a Hamiltonian operator.
Won't giving him the answer mess up the time stream?
Only if it turns out that reality is actually nothing more than a holographic illusion created by the interplay of subatomic particles on a vast two-dimensional membrane.
So,
It'll be fine.
Yeah. Quitter.
hang in there, Doc.
Not the best choice of words, Marty.
Donc on va retourner voir l'autre Emmett. C'est des allers-retours entre les deux Emmett Brown. Ouh, on m'envoie un message. C'est peut-être Zeta qui m'envoie un message, je sais pas. Hop là.
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Crockett.
Hop là.
Maybe H equals the
Attendez, je
Hamiltonian
regarde le
operator.
message. Ah ouais, non,
What
ça n'a
did
rien
you
à
just
voir.
say?
I said maybe H equals the...
Hamiltonian operator.
Yeah.
Great Scott! If H is a Hamiltonian, then H to the A multiplied by the
Voilà.
inverse of H can only be the same as the expectation value for A. That's it! That's the solution to Ivanov's conundrum, the problem I've been wrestling with in my head all week!
I'm sure you would have figured it out by yourself in a day or two. The way you figured out how to build that rocket-powered drill.
Where did you learn so much about science?
Ah ah. Ça serait bien marrant. Allez, juste pour le
Well,
lols.
it's like this.
You know about my rocket-powered
Ah,
drill?
trop tard.
Then there can only be one explanation.
What?
You're from the patent office. I confess I didn't quite know what to expect when I sent the paperwork, but I never expected this. Welcome! I'm at your service. What can I do for you?
J'ai vraiment besoin. Bon, en fait, tout se dit la même chose. Hop là.
Can I see your rocket-powered drill?
Of course, of course. Naturally, it's just a scale model, but it's nearly operational. I can show it to you, say, first thing in the morning?
100%.
Nah, that's no good. I need to see a full-size model. That's fully operational. Tonight. Otherwise, we'll have to award the patent to a competing inventor, Dr. McCoy.
It can't be done! I mean, it might be possible to construct a full-size working model in that time frame, but I haven't got the main ingredient for the fuel.
I'll get it for you. What is it?
190 proof grain alcohol. And you know how difficult it is to get a hold of alcohol these days.
Especially now that someone's blown up the speakeasy.
And besides, there's no way I can get off work until I've delivered this subpoena. It's part of the investigation into the business affairs of Kid Tannen. Is it vitally important you see that rocket-powered drill today?
Yes. Is it vitally important you deliver that subpoena today?
Yes!
Listen, I'll help you deliver it, and I'll see to it you get the alcohol you need. It'll help you get that drill finished by tonight. Deal?
Deal. Here's the subpoena.
Arthur McFly?
Ah
Got a
merde.
subpoena my grandpa?
It's Kid Tannen.
Hey, I just saw him at the soup kitchen yelling at Arthur McFly.
I'm not surprised. Arthur does the books for his business.
What kind of business?
That's what the DA is trying to find out.
Let's go talk to him.
No!
Why not? Kid Tannen can tell us where Arthur's hiding.
Yeah, well, he can also have us fitted for a Chicago overcoat.
Alors voilà, et ben je vais vous dire il est déjà l'heure. Et oui, ça fait presque 25 minutes déjà. Donc j'espère que cet épisode vous aura plu. On en aura appris un peu plus durant cette histoire. Donc pour les personnes qui ne sont pas abonnées, n'hésitez pas à vous abonner. Ça nous fait extrêmement plaisir. Et si vous pouviez laisser plus de commentaires dans nos vidéos pour qu'on sache ce qu'on doit améliorer. Parce que des commentaires, on n'en a pas beaucoup. Et alors on se dit qu'on est bon. Mais il y a sûrement d'autres choses à améliorer. Laissez aussi des pouces verts. Et comme d'habitude, voilà. Et je vous remercie aussi de la part de Zeta de nous suivre, de regarder nos vidéos. Et voilà. Donc salut les amis, c'était Starol pour le 3e épisode de mon Let's Play.